Hello, hello. Um, just checking to see everything's working. Hello. Hopefully that wasn't too staticky. Little quiet. I'm gonna fiddle with the... How about now? Am I too loud for you? Hello? Fiddling with the headphone audio. Just want to see if everything's sounding good. Wow, not at all. Okay, I've maxed the headphone audio and reduced the game audio by 1. Let's see if that does anything. So far, it's sounding pretty good. I'm just gonna talk for a little bit and just see if it's coming together pretty okay. I'm gonna pause and restart it just to see if that applies any like adverse settings, and then we're just gonna go right into it. Okay, it's been paused and restarted. I'm just gonna see if anything's happened. Any noise changes. Beautiful. We're golden. We are perfection. Um, okay, let me mute this. I did a Divinity the Original Sin stream. I think it was Sunday after work. Um, then I said I'd do one on Monday, but I just didn't, cause I'm a little silly like that. I decided to. Well, I was gonna play the game by myself. I wasn't really feeling the motivation until I played through a little past the point we stopped, and then I thought it would be fun to, actually stream this and experience the rest with you guys. I've not gotten past Act 1. I think I've made it to Fort Joy. I found a dog and I was helping him reunite with his dog lover. So, yeah, that sounds pretty fun. Anyways, um, we're gonna play single player, or no, online, just in case any of y'all have an Xbox and want to join me. That'd be pretty fun. If that's how it works anyway. Tactician mode. That's the really hard mode. We're gonna play on regular. Honor mode just means you only have one save file. So we're gonna play on regular, just be smart as heck. See if we can get things done. I hope the audio and like the visuals and everything was fine. Like a bit ago I had to, like the light was glaring into the camera and making it a little funky. I had to use this little piece of paper that I kissed to, block out the sun's rays. Oof. Sorry, I'm feeling a little under the weather. It's probably because it's getting all sunny out, that sort of thing. So, pollen. I'm gonna close this. Sorry. Just making sure my mic's working before I go on a couple tangents or anything. Hiya, welcome. Perfect, perfect, we're golden. Alright. So in the character creation, while I was playing solo, I found some interesting, or well, an interesting factoid that I didn't know before. So we were exploring the undead and their, you know, the undead and the normal-looking races. I went to the undead lizard, and before we didn't see, but there is actually a way to customize these little guys. You give them new faces and such. I am a fan of these ones, 6 and 7, because they completely change the face shape, and it actually looks pretty, you know, feminine in comparison to the other ones. Gotta fix the camera. Yeah, compared to this, these are very, like, more feminine. And then the hairstyle is just, like, changing the bones, which is pretty cool. So, I'm gonna keep it as this, change the skin color, which changed the bones color, to charred. I like the scholar voice, but I'll run through the other ones.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
Sorry, I'm looking for my remote. I forgot to mute the TV. Oh, there it is. Oh no, I turned it off! Sorry. There we go. Nice and quiet. And now,
I'll yield to none.
Glory is mine. I'm ready. Meet your maker.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
sorry, I sneezed twice and the dogs were barking. So yeah, memory is cool because it increases the number of skills you're allowed to know. You only start out with 3, but later on you can learn them from skill books. And having a wide range of skills is very important because you'll quickly exhaust all of your skills during combat, especially on Tactician difficulty, because everyone is so tanky and has so much armor. You don't want to wait for your skills to regenerate. You have to have a ton and like a wide variety to use. It's pretty cool. So yeah, 2 more skill slots and 1 point in finesse, which increases the damage we deal with finesse weapons, like, you know, I'd assume a rapier, a knife, things that aren't giant clubs. Oh, I want to change the preset to Rogue, just because we can see this fancy little outfit they got on. And we're going to go for a more roguish type archetype. I'm thinking rogue / elemental status effect person. Would be pretty fun. Sorry. So yeah, preset rogue. We don't need any points in sneaking, because that just means how fast... Oh, I'll just put on the info. Silly. Sneaking basically just means, shrinks enemy vision cones while you're sneaking and makes you walk faster while sneaking. Thievery is really good. That allows you to pick locks and pick pockets. So I'm just going to keep leveling up Thievery over and over. Everything else, I'm going to level up my party so they can, specialize in different little things. Combat ability, Scoundrel and Geomancer to start. You see, the undead, they don't heal from healing spells or healing potions. It actually damages them. So they only really heal from poison. A literal war crime. Thank you very much. well, I think she looks very fancy. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, the undead. They also, so healing things damages them, poison heals them, and oh yeah, they have to keep themselves completely covered at all times with like head armor, gloves, body armor, leggings. So if they don't, people will attack them because they're, a zombie. That's cool. So we're taking backslash. Basically, what did I do? One second. Apologies about that. I'm gonna have to do that sorry. Welcome back. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do that a couple more times because I'm just feeling sick. I might have a sneeze or something, So, backslash basically teleports you behind the enemy Omewamu Shinderu style and instant, backstabs. Backstabs, is basically like a critical for Rogue, like a critical hit. Pretty cool. Throwing knife, it's basically like a ranged backslash, but it doesn't always automatically crit. Only if you're behind them it will crit, and yeah. Then I'm going to pick Poison Dart, so I can summon a pool of poison like at my feet, and start like regenerating or healing, and poison other people. And then... what was I doing? Thievery, and she reminds you of the cave mount from Warframe in the Duruvi Paradox. Let me look up what that looks like real quick. I'm a fan of Warframe, but I'm not exactly a lore master, you see. Oh, I see. Kind of like a... That is weird, but quite interesting. Like a clockwork, metallic skeleton-looking horse. Very steampunk, very cool. I like. Personally, I'm a big fan of just skating in Warframe, Doing tricks and having fun. It's pretty fun. Oh, traits are like, I can't think of the word. Feats from 5e. So, as an undead, you take damage from healing, you heal from poison, cool stuff. And you get poisoned from, like, wearing armor and having magical armor doesn't negate your poison condition like it normally would do to people. Goss is pretty fun. Or at least I assume so. One of my friends mains Goss. I think it's pretty cool. I think in Warframe I was just about to unlock... I will hereby refer to her as the Dommy Mommy. The lass with the whip, you know, who causes more item drops and, like, cages of chains or barbed wire or something. Her. And then, the other thing I wanted to take, the talent. There's a couple of really good ones I want to point out before we continue. It's, Comeback Kid is beautiful. Cora, exactly. Cora Prime. I was like a second away from unlocking her last I played Warframe. Comeback Kid, basically, on this difficulty, it's really good to just have a fallback in case you're being swarmed by enemies, and like everyone could have a Comeback Kid perk and just come back. I don't know. I don't have to explain it. You guys are smart. The other one, there's a couple of cool ones. Like Hothead, 10% critical chance, 10% accuracy when you're at full health. So basically like the Lloyd Sword Ring in Dark Souls 3. Then there's Leech, heals you when you're standing in blood, very helpful for a rogue. Living Armor. This one is a little silly because it seems like your healing would give you armor, but like give you magic armor, but that's only if you have magic armor before. It only regenerates magic armor. It doesn't give you magic armor outright. So it is kind of good if you... I'm assuming around level 3 you'd start to get magic armor. So maybe you could take it then. Lone Wolf is good if you want to play solo, or with just one other person. But at this difficulty, Tactician, I don't think it's a good idea. Morning Person, I'm assuming, could pair really good with the other one I just mentioned. Opportunist, attacks of opportunity. Those are pretty fun, but, you know, not needed. Or not, like, mandatory. Pet Pal is just fun, you know? You talk to pets. You talk to animals. That one's good because you can crit with spells. The Pawn is good because, you know, moving around during combat is really important. Especially as a scoundrel. Wait. As a rogue, it would be really good to just have 1 AP worth of movement. Because with 1 AP, you can always go behind the enemy. That's pretty good. That's pretty saucy. My favorite talent so far is Torturer, because it's basically makes your status effects go through all the enemy's armor so they get status affected no matter what, which is amazing for a status effect build. So that's what we're starting out with, of course. Yeah, and that's it. Oh no, there's tags. I was gonna get Cora, but my friend had a Nyx Prime, and I got Nyx, and I'm still making Nyx look good. I've already spent an hour, and probably gonna be testing colors for at least 3 more. That's fair. I wish Warframe... Excuse me. I wish Warframe had, like, free color packets that didn't look garbage, you know? Like, the base color palette that you can choose out of is... It's not very vibrant or... What's the word? Expansive? There's not a lot of colors, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, tags just give you more dialogue options. I'm gonna pick Mystic. Because, you know, cult stuff is fun. I don't know what Nyx Prime is. I'm not a good Warframe person. You see, I've only researched the hot ones. to play as. So I only know about like Cora, Hildren, um, the water one that surfs, or like skateboards, or whatever it's called. Hoverboards? Oh yeah, Fortuna. You have to do a ton of missions to like level up in Fortuna to be able to fight this like scavenger thing, like a big spider robot boss. You can only get Hildren Prime parts from that mission. It's really annoying because it's like, you know, you have to get to like level 40 or something. It's like, pull. Why would you even do that? And you have to farm the heck out of so many guilds in Warframe. It's just, I mean, I like that you can farm guilds by doing cool skateboarding tricks, but it's not very cost efficient to just do a bunch of those for like a couple hours. A free palette does sound pretty good. I don't know what, I've never done anything for the debt bonds. I've only ever done something for the the kids in the vents. Those guys. Exploiter orb. Exactly. Exactly. They are indeed a spider mummy. I should probably continue. So we're not just sitting here like bored. So Mystic, we can say cult stuff occasionally. Then Jester, we can be funny occasionally. And that's it. And this is just instruments that you choose whichever instrument you want leading your music during combat and stuff. I'll go with the ode. An ode to joy, maybe. I think we've got everything going on for us now. Just need to pick a name. Since you're here hanging out with me, Mia Knight. Sorry, it took me a little while. You can pick the name for the lizard undead rogue status effect witch. Witch? I don't know. If you want to, of course. If not, I'm just gonna pick something like silly. Cora? We can do that, yeah. Pretty good name choice. Cora? We can do that, yeah. Oh god, I'm really loud, aren't I? I'm sorry. Was I really... Okay, I need to... Oh god, I'm really loud, aren't I? I'm sorry. Was I really... I'm hoping it works now. I don't know if it's going to set in now, but I'm hoping over the course of the next little bit, you know, fixes itself, whatever. It seemed to do that when I adjusted the settings a bit ago, like sometime during when I was talking. Anyway, let's start with Cora. 25 minutes of just me talking. How silly.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And
Source magic is like the no-no in this world, I'm assuming.
the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared.
I remember last stream I caught you were doing
sent
Shadow
to
of War
Fort
stuff.
Joy.
How'd that go? Badly. Actually, pretty not good at all.
I'd come here to kill God.
I was playing on Gravewalker difficulty.
But instead
and
I became part
I
of their
would
story.
refuse to use the gems that increase my health. So I was always like 1 to 2 hits away from death, and every time I died, the enemies got stronger. And then it turned into like I'd get hit once by a rogue arrow and just die instantly. And on Gravewalker, there's no last chance mechanic, so you're kind of fucked. I kind of set myself up for failure by choosing to play on Gravewalker difficulty, but you know, I gotta have my difficulty. I am a Dark Souls girl, after all.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now, no need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Well, look what the doctor got. You're lucky they didn't notice just how thin you were under those bandages. Although, seeing someone wrapped up like that, they probably thought you had the scabbing plague. Heh? Look, laugh, but don't touch. Better keep that hood down, mind you. The living don't take kindly to seeing their future staring back at them.
Playing dead, are you? Probably a good idea.
So, of course, we look like an absolute sexy beast starting out. You know, like, holy fuck, those hips. She could crush a goddamn watermelon in between one thigh. Let's see. Equipment. I want to show what the form looks like normally. How phallic, they're undressed. They clatter when you walk? Oh, that's so fucking cool. Anyway, the lady lizard folks are fucking massive, if you haven't already known. Wearing this little collar that blocks your magic. Oh. So, all we have to do right now is basically just loot absolutely everything we can get our hands on and we can carry. So, I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit and do all that. Oh yeah, you can put buckets on your head as a helmet. They're the only armor you can get around here if you're lucky, or if you're not lucky. If you're lucky, you should be able to find like a gauntlet or two in a chest, or pick it off of a magister. But if not, you're just gonna walk around with a bunch of bucketed hat party members until you find something cool at least.
An
Oh,
animal
absolutely.
sty. Freight or
Oh.
food?
Before we continue, I want to do something real quick. First, we're gonna make a saved game. Just, and then once that's done saving, perfect. Gift bag features. Basically little, game edits that you can do. They are kind of like cheats. They disable, achievements. But that's fine by me. See, this one is you can plant your own herb garden by putting a plant in a bucket and then planting that bucket. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take... I'm not going to take from the ashes because otherwise you are going to... You can't revive your party members unless you have a scroll of Revivify, you know? So they will literally just be dead if you can't revive them. If you can't, like, procure a scroll. And I have no idea where to get them, so that sounds fun. Allows all players to talk to animals. I'm going to take this because, you know, it would just be lame not to be able to hear what the animals are saying. Crafter's kit, new recipes and unique items. That just sounds fun. Enhanced spirit vision. I looked it up. That just means you can see ghosts after a certain point. Like, it's an ability you can unlock from your source magic, thingamajig. And I don't want to cast that over and over and over and, like, miss ghosts, you know? If I see a ghost, I want to be able to talk to a ghost. That'd be pretty cool. Or I want to be able to, like, find a ghost. Fort Joy Magic Mirror basically just means there's a respec area in the area that we're going directly into after this boat segment. Endless Runner means we can sprint. Sorceress Sundries. Basically, I think this just adds a trader for cool sorcery gear. So I'm going to take that. I still have to procure the money to buy these certain gears. If they're too overpowered, I'm not going to, like, purchase them, but, you know. So just cool quality of life, quality of interest, mechanics. Nothing that, you know, I'm not going to pick anything that makes it easier on myself or whatever. Like, Pet Pal is probably going to be the one thing that makes it the most easy for me, because I can just talk to animals and resolve quests by talking to animals. But, you know, I don't want to spend a talent point on the talking to animals thing, because little schmutz on you. They're few and far between, and it's really hard to level in this game, especially on tactician difficulty. You can only really level by completing quests, killing enemies, and that's kind of it. And there is, like, one hostile enemy group in the entire of Fort Joy, the place we're going into. So, you know, I kind of gotta reserve my talent points for my build, so I don't die over and over. I'm really wanting a tea right now. Oh, I remember when I made you so confused for no reason. I was just being a clown. I don't remember this, but I'm assuming you wronged me. Do you have me running around a whole bunch? Probably. I mean, I'm very susceptible to being tempted like that. Alright, 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, my leg was getting sore and I had to sneeze. The skill we learned is the fleet foot. Basically, we're just allowed to run. Look at us go. We can sprint. And let's talk to this little sheep boy.
Shaking
boy.
her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Banded like a chicken's leg, but not much meat on your bones.
The depth of unamused ennui staring back at you from those ovine eyes is startling.
Are you referring to the ballerina? Oh, so funny, so funny.
With two shakes of her stumpy tail, the sheep turns away from you to peruse her hay-filled manger. Did you expect a needle?
Yeah, I said I found Gwen 404 page, and you said Gwen 404 page. And I said, yep, entire page in a book. Alright. Alright. Well, that's fun. Oh, there's a search mechanic, by the way. You just, I just hold A, and, you know, it highlights whatever you can interact with. It's interesting. Pretty easy to find things with it. Oh, is my lady not wearing pants? I completely forgot about that. Sorry, lass. There we go. Oops. Orders from the guard steward. Important! It's come to my attention again that several of you are bypassing the cargo hold security measures by sliding boxes onto the pressure plates. This will not do. The purpose of these measures is to require the presence of at least 3 magisters at a change of shift. Any deviation will result in at least 1 magister getting thrown overboard. Make sure it isn't you. From Magister Simon. Hear ye, hear ye. The Four Sisters Trading Company is open for business. Weapon not chopping down enough enemies like it used to? Armor dull and dented? Have no fear. Sorceress Sundries are here. With our new range of Sorceress Sundries, you can upgrade your weapons, equipment, and jewelry. Seek out your local Four Sisters representative in the Hollow Marshes, Driftwood, or Arcs today. Signed, Donna. Dagmare. Demira. Dedra. Sound like a bunch of witches, if you ask me. I'm just gonna loot literally everything I can get my hands on, and sell it no matter the price. You know. There's not someone you can sell things to on the ship at the moment, but there will be once we reach Fort Joy. Oh yeah, and this bucket technically counts as covering my head. Even though you can see my horrifying little scary face, we are totally covered. Fully hidden. No one will be able to see us.
You there. Come here.
Oil is the next thing I want to get. Or I might just go full poison or full oil, poison, fire. I just need a fire spell that can activate the oil and the poison and make them explode. We're gonna do a quick save because there's many options we can do here.
Get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here. Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think. A gentlewoman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal.
Oh yeah, I think my mic's on. Anyway, I made a really cool little thingamajig today, cooking-wise. It was a tortilla wrap, a toasted tortilla wrap. I greased the pan with butter, just enough that it coated the entire bottom of the pan. I toasted a tortilla, so it was like kind of golden brown on both sides. Then I put a layer of mayonnaise on it, like a thin little layer. I fried some slices of ham. I just popped them on there, and I layered mozzarella cheese in between the slices of the ham. And I let the tortilla melt the cheese in the oven, and then that also cooked the ham thoroughly. It was really interesting. A lot of cheese, but it was really good. If I'm gonna make it again, I need to fry the tortilla a little less. And after your confusion, a day later I showed you the fox, raccoon, minx fella, who I have too many pictures of, but I need more. I do remember that. You sent it to me, and I'm pretty sure I was horrified. Yeah.
The Magister Guard snorts and sniffles as he sleeps. You're almost impressed that one man can make such a phlegmy racket.
You better believe we're booping him on the nose.
Is my shift over? You here to relieve me? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy lizard? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
He sounds like a prick.
Clever story. I almost fell for it. Almost.
I must be
I
thinking of a
should've
different
known
kind
there'd
of
be trouble.
Finks Fox thingamajig. Because I remember someone definitely sent something to me, like, through messages of, like, a freaky-looking animal. Let me Google the, Fox Raccoon Minx thingamajig. Oh my god. That is the fucking cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god, it's like a little red panda raccoon. Oh, that's so adorable. Little face, little round faces. So cute. So, I don't know why, but he's at half health. What we're gonna do? Backslash, obviously. Backstab critical, throwing knife. Right, we're behind him now. I don't know why it didn't backstab critical, but you know, it's all good. Apparently rogues can sucker punch too, which is pretty cool, because it knocks down person for a turn, so completely skips their turn. Losers. You see, this ability is recharging now, so we have to invest in other abilities so we could, you know, like what I was talking about before. I'm not good with words. Poison.
So much for a peaceful stroll.
Well, I didn't mean to. I didn't think that would kill him in one go, but, you know, we're all good. What else did I want to do? Oh, we're prepping for when the guy leaves his cage. You will see why. Sam is still your favorite character you have ownership of? That's cool. I'll just put this right there. Before we let him out. Poison. Ah, I didn't mean to break it. That's fine though.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his gaze finds the sunken hollows that once held your eyes.
Sorry, didn't mean to strike you with that.
Tastes better than wine. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lass. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them. The halls await.
You see, I didn't intend for him to do that while I was standing in it. That kind of puts a damper on my plan. Let's see. Let's do a backslash. Which is really good. That's actually a pretty awesome move. It just makes it so, you know. Omaramu Shinderu literally teleport through stuff. Poison is flammable, so we've set him on fire, poisoned us, so we're slowly regenerating from that, and poisoned him, so he's slowly burning and slowly being poisoned. Sucker Punch, we're gonna skip his turn. Since we're still behind him, we're using the knife. I don't feel the need to heal using that poison potion, so I'm just going to hit him again. Oh yeah, if you just attack from behind someone, you can backstab them.
Strange forces are at work.
Reason he's still my favorite is because friend made it for me and you came up with a name. Aw. Well, that's very sweet. I have a similar thing where a friend drew a character for me. I still use it to this day. It was like done, I don't know, like I think nearing 5 years ago. It was pretty interesting. You can only pick locked doors with thievery level 1. More points in thievery allow you to pick like more locked doors, and higher points in thievery allow you to pick more valuable items off people, like out of people's pockets, you know. It might seem like tactician difficulty might seem a little easy, but that's just because we're in the tutorial area. As soon as we get out of it, it is very much life or death for... every combat is life or death. And so I'm going to be reloading saves a lot.
Empty.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That is actually really good. That is perfect. That just means I don't have to invest into the Pyromancer skill tree, so yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of worked. Can't be worse than Titanfall 2.
Not the most
Well,
elegant solution, was it?
Well... I guess that's true. Titanfall 2 was pretty fun though, as long as you're in the multiplayer mode.
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
Oh, can I take one of the candles with me? Oh, that's beautiful! I now have acquired a portable fire source, so I can light my poison on fire whenever I want, and that means I can invest in the oil this ability called Fossil Strike in the Geomancer magic thing. Basically, it just shoots a rock at somebody and splooches out some oil, so they're slowed for like a long time. It's really cool. It was fun, it still is, but I don't have a reason to play it. That's understandable. I kind of treat Titanfall 2 with the same, like, I treat it like one of the Call of Duty games, you know? They're, at least in my opinion, not the most fun to play solo, but as long as you're playing with friends or you have people to talk to, like you're streaming it, it can be pretty fun. It has the same sort of, you know, sliding and wall, or like interesting flick shots and that sort of thing. So there's still little content to be, you know, milked from there. Sorry, I keep moving around so much. It might be really hard to keep track of me, you know?
No marks, no indications of a struggle. What a well of knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear lending it to me. Did the murderer take him into this room? There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Oh yeah, these guys are just racist assholes, by the way. Well, not really racist, just like... What's the word for... They're like the, people who fear necromancy in... Or, like, they're the people who fear the mages in Dragon Age, Origins. You know,
in
just
the
like...
meantime, your next stop will be Magister
losers.
William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. No, you're alive, and you're having a conversation. You are on a ship, of course, but luckily for us both, we're merely sailing the plain old sea.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Oh yeah, Titanfall 2, it is really fun to, like, sweat in that game. Like how it is really fun to sweat in Call of Duty and other games like that. But just being goofy with friends is always amazing, of course.
Is he? Oh well. Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they?
She frowns and peers at you closely, concern clearly etched upon her face.
Delusions such as these are rare, but not unheard of. I recommend a cup of mulled wine and another night's sleep. Just take it easy. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
You better stop before you hurt yourself. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source.
I don't know what Source is, but I hate this
For your
lady.
own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
I really want to make another one of those wraps that I just made. They were really good. It was a little oily. Maybe I could do without the mayonnaise. I could put the mayo in after. It's such a smart idea. Because I put the wrap in, like, flat on the 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 metal bars of the oven.
My, these smelling salts are strong stuff.
This is sneaking, by the way. It's always good to leave a crime scene
gods.
because
There's
they
been a
will come
murder
looking
here.
for their stuff that you've pickpocketed, and like I think they'll look for. You see, they said they can't have gone far. She's gonna come through the door, I'm pretty sure. And if she can't find us, she'll just turn around and go back to her original post, and we can talk to her and stuff. Or not. She'll just stay there. What a weirdo.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them.
Normally collars are fun, but
Waters is
in this
investigating.
case,
She'll figure out who did it. Always does. You surprised? You're one of them. You know what sorcerers are capable of? Whoever did this found a way around their collar and killed a man.
so we killed the only guy who could have done this.
Small ones this time, thank the gods. We'll find out
That's
who did
disappointing.
it, one way or another.
Like,
A young Magister stands pale and
Damn.
silent. Her knuckles whiten around her
I
weapon.
mean,
as
he
you
attacked
pass.
me, so I don't really think. That sucks. Anyway, we have to take everything we can from everyone.
Nothing to see here.
They're pretty dumb, so like just hiding here would
Ugly
really
sight, isn't
annul
it?
us from responsibility. Collars are very fun things, indeed. But not ones that make you unable to use interesting little magics.
Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this. Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. Figured as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks. I just want to catch whoever did this before they hurt anyone else.
I 100% want to make another one of those wraps. I'm really hungry. With how we're pacing things right now, we're almost like an hour in. We're like 10 seconds away from being an hour in. So I reckon I'll go until we reach Fort Joy. Then
But
I'll
who?
either pause stream or end stream until, until a little later tonight or something else like that. Or like tomorrow or something.
My, these smelling salts are strong stuff.
Why aren't you saying?
I'm not suited for this. It's sea cow, not sea sheep. Haven't got any shoes, have you? People these days.
I wonder if you can... When you get party members, you can... Sorry, just making sure it's on. When you get party members, you can select from a few presets of what you want their role to be in your party. So like warrior, fighter, cleric, mage. They're pretty well versed and versatile and everything. I wonder if you can custom build a class for your
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot,
like you
lazily
can
rolling dice
with
onto
your
the surface of
character.
a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
She shakes her head.
Game for one, I'm afraid. Rolling dice. Deciding fates. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good
Oh
at it
yeah,
too.
the elves eat the dead, and they can read their memories. Kind of interesting.
I could lick
style
your
choice.
arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
Why
She
not?
looks at you in surprise when you bare an arm of bone.
My. Guess I'll have to find out the memory from Marrow, won't I?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
The party members don't seem to mind that you're an undead, by the way.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers, watching, staring at them, hoping that none would stare back. You were thinking of flesh, or to be rather more precise, the pleasures of the flesh, those that have eluded you for so long.
How phallic.
She pats you on the shoulder consolingly.
There, don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell.
So, of course, she's one of my favorite characters.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable.
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub-story somewhere else.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Straightens is what my family wished I did.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this Trampiathan.
Tramp is a really that's kind of a really mean thing to say.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
At least that he did the whole Wii U wave
He
thing.
leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties. No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show.
No clue who any of these people are, by the way.
Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself. Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, Lizard, what's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Voluminous.
Away with you, at once.
Funny word.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce. Ah yes, the most important book, of course. You're gonna go make edible, liquid, and drinkable food and wait for your friends to get home. No worries, you have a great time doing that, and then I hope you have a great rest of your night. Be sure to share the results of your edible, liquid, and drinkable food with me. So, it sounds like a very curious set of things. I don't know. And of course, have a great night. If that means you're going now.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
Right. I always knew you'd turn out drugs and bend fist. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with him.
The Magisters are out for blood. You saw the body, didn't you? Big bruiser like you ought to be able to take them on.
I very much will have a great time committing genocide. Thank you very much. I might see you tomorrow. See you then. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow because I have a really long class, baking class, like 5 hours, and then I have another shift that I'm scheduled for another 4 hours. I don't know how long it'll be though, so I mean, I hope to stream. You can expect to see me Friday. I will be off school and work Friday, so I will probably most certainly stream then. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that? How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things.
The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And? Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums. But there's more. Listen close. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
I think I love the narrator.
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news. No, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east.
Sounded like, must have sounded like a really, really big rat.
Burn my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of
Is the nautical mile just like a normal mile? Boat talk confuses me, like most things does. Let's see.
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen course dinner.
Shut up, Red Man. We will talk to you later. Practice sailor. Excited about reaching Fort Joy. He shouldn't say burn his beard.
Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate, even here. Yeah, no indeed, kiddo. But that ain't my final destination.
Good movie.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
Look at that dog over there.
That'll be all, thank ye kindly, kiddo.
Got this wolf on a leash now.
You! Sorcerer! Blood? No! Go!
They really had these voice actors barking. And these voice actors really put their whole 110% pussy into it.
I don't like comedy. The Divine Order wants to know. Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy, we're trying to catch a killer here.
We just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up. Lad. Insufferable, surely.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and examines your bandages, rubbing them between his fingers.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Of course, we're ruffling his hair.
What purpose did that serve? Was that a greeting? Was it... Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How... difficult.
Keep an eye on Fane's portrait. It'll change at a certain point.
You have my sincere apologies. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once.
How phallic of them. Who is he?
Ah, yes. The niceties.
Nicety sounds phallic.
My name is Fane. I am a scholar from... Well, I am a seeker of knowledge. That is enough. It is pleasurable to meet you. Hardly. I've been reading this one for several minutes, and I have yet to find a single insight into the mysteries of the universe.
Well, his long research of a couple minutes, you know.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom. Oh, please. I have no interest in that. No. I want to know about the Celestial. This text tells me that they created all creatures.
Sorry, I won't skip it anymore.
What came before? Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind? Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
We have to talk to the lady over here and the red boy over there.
Oh, there you are. Wife.
Wife. the giant lizard lady.
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly, deathly allergical.
Very allergical. Let's see. They seem like well enough
Oh,
brats.
they're not so bad. At least not when they're treating me, Madame Josephine Gribble de Peeve, with due deference.
The children break out into giggles.
What? What's so funny?
I don't see anything that's funny.
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? Like yourself, maybe. I don't mind the kiddies, usually. Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
I really like the narrator's voice and how they describe things. They're very
Good
eloquent.
luck, Chief.
Wow! You're a dragon. You look like a dragon. But where are your wings?
This is the ship gang she was talking about, by the way. It took me a while to understand.
I'm here because I'm magic. Are you here because you're weird?
Do you know Losa? She's a really good singer. I'm better though. Listen. La 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 la.
That's enough now.
And then the red boy.
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us will kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where
Well, what have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
There's some discoloration, as well as a rather disconcerting lack of tongue and gums, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? And of course, a cook who can't taste is about as useful as a dog in a chess game. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? Yes, I can tell from your vagabond chic, a bag is as good as a shirt kind of style. I shouldn't be getting my hopes up.
He's also one of my favorite characters. Very sassy.
On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after. Just as I thought. That explains what's besieging my nostrils. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you have the taste buds of a dung beetle, the fashion sense of a monkey in a clown suit, and your personal hygiene reminds one of a carcass rotting in the sun. That won't do at all, see? I'm sad to say I must deny you the opportunity to be my slave. Ever so sorry. I know, but you just don't have what it takes. A good slave's made of sterner stuff, I'm afraid. Still, hone your skills, and one day you may just qualify for a position in a lesser household than mine. You keep dreaming, you hear?
Well, he's delusional. He reminds me of Asterion from Baldur's Gate 3. I mentioned that during my first playthrough 2 days ago or whatever it was. I completely forget.
We just skip to the part where I
Anyway,
reassure
he's
you
sassy.
you shut
That's
up.
cool. What else do I have to do? I think that's about it. I've talked to all the companions.
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far? Course I do. Seems Voidwalk can dog your heels like a shadow. That's no way to live, is it? You'll see. We're gonna help you.
He seems like the only nice
You
person
head on
in this
in
ship.
now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
He seems like he actually, you know, doesn't mind us and like cares about people.
What on earth is the matter?
You'll come to find the rest of these guys are complete and utter pricks, you will say.
Do you? Well, perhaps you're absolutely right.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad.
She's mad.
You there, sorcerer. Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna kill these magisters.
No, I'm afraid I always perform my part solo. Do stay and watch, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
I don't really know what the Voidwoken are, but... She is awesome. I'm assuming the Voidwoken... On the upper deck, they're like...
What's
Fine,
happened?
I hit you again. They're like beetles, or... They're like Mothras, honestly. Little Mothras. It's really weird. Of course, we're looting the corpses. Taking absolutely everything we can get our little grubby mitts on. And we have to root through here. It's most important that we do. Inventory. We are sort by weight. The most heavy things is the ooze barrel, 60 pounds, and that is what's taking up most of our inventory. So. Well, that was entertaining, but now I can't get through. So... There we go.
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching. The dog notices you for the first time and snarls, the hairs on its back prickling as it lowers itself into a lunge.
You sorcerer!
It sneezes suddenly and paws at its nose once more.
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Too much sauce. Too much. Too much. Please, make it stop.
The downside of being able to talk to the animals is you feel really bad. Sometimes. Yeah, there's no way in hell I'm doing that.
The dog whines and...
Okay. What can we do for the little guy? Inventory. Of course we're gonna leave him some food. Here you go. I don't reckon you can keep him, so... I will drop some more meat, and... Can we use a healing potion on him? No, apparently not.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
Well, I'm kind of happy that I gave him some.
Damn! That doesn't bode well. Upwards and upwards.
God.
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
He leaps to attention and brandishes his blade.
Oh, I forgot to equip the weapons and stuff in the new armor that we got. I'll be sure to do that, like as soon as we load back in. Oh, I might start up another playthrough of Mass Effect as well. Like while we're doing this as well. I don't remember what games we were doing before Divinity 2, because I took like a really long break, but... You know. Mass Effect 1 would be really fun. Maybe we could also play, like... Dead Space? It depends on how we're... I'll do a part 1 of Mass Effect 1 and a part 1 of Dead Space so we can see how they're going, you know? Oh yeah, the lizard armor looks really, really cool, by the way. My sweet Stefan, as I write this letter, we near the Isle. By the time the owl delivers it, I will be but a day away. I've heeded Alexander's orders, just as you said I should. But I think of Lucian often. Would the Divine have concocted this? Would he have blessed us as we ripped children from their mothers? Can this be the only way? I feel cold, inside and out. Of one thing I am certain, your arms will warm me when I find you again. With love, Rix. That's the one thing I'm not gonna take. Or no, I might actually. Just in case they die, I can give it to their loved one once we reach the thing. If I find a person called Rix, I will try to save them, though. I really love romance stories. You never know in this game when you might need something. It's always good to just grab literally everything you can get your hands on.
Bishop Alexander. If Lucian were alive, what would he think of his son's divine order?
That is Rex, I see. Well...
Thank the gods! What a fuck!
He eyes the...
Another sword!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Like you don't know? Mutiny!
He whispers loudly to...
Don't just cower there, Rix!
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. The Magisters look to each other, then back to you, and unsheath their blades with a metallic zing.
Your lies end here. Get her!
Okay.
He eyes the collar. The Magister's companion.
Like you don't know? Mutiny! To that
He whispers.
Don't just cower!
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. The Magisters look to each other.
I forgot that I should put some points into persuasion as well. It unlocks more dialogue choices. I mean, we can't really finesse our way around them right now.
He eyes the Magister. He whispers loud. Rix grabs his sword, which shakes
Well,
in the
I
rhythm
don't
of his
know.
trembling. The
Yeah.
Magisters look.
I'm just gonna pickpocket them and be done with it, you know. Try to go around them, get any objects that are behind them, and just steal and take every interesting or valuable item off of them. So far, I think we might go until... Or I think the stream might last until 2:30, like 2 hours 30 minutes, with the progress we're making.
And you thought Rivellon was flat?
So... Well, maybe by 2 hours in. Over many brutal decades, Brachus's tyranny spread. His hunger for source and political power drove him to develop heinous devices of magic heretofore unknown. He punished the living with death, and the dead with undeath. Many attempted to stand up to him, wizards, philosophers, scholars. But it was the order of source hunters that ultimately forced Brachus Rex to atone for his sins. The source hunters, valiant though they were, could not have foreseen Brachus's resurrection at the hands of the cult of the Amaculates. We owe our very lives to 2 more of the very order that first fought to bring Brachus Rex to justice. The Source King is dead, yet his monument still dot the land, a chilling but necessary reminder of his legacy of cruelty, greed, and arrogance. Sorcerer monarchs once performed great deeds across the lands, and in his first days, Brachus did so from the isle he called home. But in time, as is true of so many things, he became increasingly corrupted by Source. So great was his greed and his fear that crafted a soul forged with his twin, Cassandra. So he crafted a soul forged with his Cassandra, whatever that is. Once the ritual was complete, Brachus turned her into an undead lich so that she, and thus he, might live forever. Romantic. just in case Rix dies, I'm gonna, keep the letter. It might be like a quest thing, or like a earn favor with some kind of person thing. The Magister Rangers are some of the most dangerous, because they can snipe you from across the map and like assassinate. There's a skill called Assassinate, which is just like a really strong crit thingamajig. Death Fog barrels have been locked down in storage. Stay out. You and Rix both. Hold on, I'm kind of burning to that. Where did the letter go? I see. Murtaugh. Death Fog barrels have been locked down in storage. Stay out. You and Rix both. If anyone starts fooling around down there, it'll be lights out. From Captain Calder. Remember how I said to keep an eye on Fane's portrait?
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No. What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
Yes, indeed. It's the look of someone that wants to read the bloody book he's holding. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to. Please, I was no more an elf than you are those rags you're wearing. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands. Indeed, just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
He's pretty, fun as well, I suppose. Kind of, has the attitude of like a nobleman. Other than that, I kind of like his character. There's so many sassy people and so many sassy companions. I hope one day I could afford a really good PC and we can all play. We can play Baldur's Gate. Hang out, it'd be pretty lovely. And I am longing for that freaking. What do you call it? Longing for that. Oh, that rap thing that I made a bit ago. I am making either. I'm making some. So I get upstairs. I cannot wait. I don't think you're supposed to loot just about everything you find, but we might as well. You could say I'm longing for that wrap on that ham, mayo, toasted tortilla, toasted ham.
The marking on the door was painted recently.
Like
Judging
Rex
from its
is looking
pungent
for
scent,
his
you don't
partner with
recognize
the
the
L
symbol,
name.
but it's clearly warning you away. You press your palm against the door to open it. Your fingers clack against the wood, and you suddenly feel grey. The touch leaves you numb, dull. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
Good thing I'm immune. Still, this means trouble.
That is the same portrait as the old lady that did all this. That's cool. Oof. Well, now we can finally progress. Jeez. We just need to go down, or go up these stairs that are over there, and we can get into a little combat before we reach Fort Joy. Yeah, I'd assume around 150 minutes into 150 minutes into 2 hours in, we'll definitely.
Yes, more. I need to get off this ship.
Loser. Oh, that's actually really helpful. It shows a code in which the area you can backstab. Let's see. Oh, I see. When you don't have a free hand, you can't sucker punch, but you can perform this flurry attack, which is fascinating. Now let's go to item. Let's go to abilities. And well, I want to unequip the one thing. What is going on over there? Oh, wow. Let's see if this is any good. Nope, not at all. It's not worth it. But do you do more damage? Oh wow, we are not doing this. But do you see what I mean by every single combat is incredibly dangerous? Life or death scenario. Let me pull you a little closer. Ah! Oh my god, are you okay? You fell. There we go. Let's do that again. Oh!
I need to get off this ship.
Oh. I don't know why I quick loaded. I wanted to see if the dual wielding knives would increase our ability damage and our main attack damage. I really hope it does. It kind of sucks that we don't have access to the sucker punch anymore, but what did it do? 4, 2, 3 to 4 damage with the knives just by themselves solo. 5 to 7 physical. Does 9. And then 4 and 4. Yeah, 4 and 4. So you threw 2 knives with a knife throw ability. That's pretty interesting. Let's load. And then change it so we're only carrying 1 knife and see if we can do that sucker punch ability. Assuming you only have a free hand, being able to knock someone down for an entire turn and cancel their turn for just 1 action point out of 4, that is very saucy. Especially so that my knife throw ability seems to only cost 1 action point as well.
I need to get off this ship.
I forgot to. Sorry, I'm not doing great, I guess. What was I thinking about? Oh yes, Five Nights at Freddy's. I think it would be interesting if I played the game, just like in front of y'all. I don't know anything about... I only know like the base mechanics, you know? I know the lore of there's a guy, I forgot to do it again. I just blabber on and I completely forget to do things. There's something about the lore. All I know is there's dead kids. People killed, or a person killed the kids. They went in a suit and then they died by the suit. And then there's something about Circus Baby being a person's child locked in a suit. I have no idea what that's about, but I think it would be interesting if I like went through it with you all. Yeah, most certainly would be just cool to play the games and leave it for my scared reactions when I get jump scared and play everything at super high volume. I think it, or I'm hoping. I accidentally pressed a screenshot button on the controller and now the screenshot window was blocking it. Oh, it missed? Sucks. It doesn't. Apparently the knife stab thing doesn't completely cost just 1 action cost 2. That's fine. Right. We started with like 4 moves. What I want to do is poison him, get Nevis turn. I want to see if I can get away. We're gonna go right. I can't really do any attacks, so I'm just gonna stay. So I'm just gonna attack this one. Yeah. There appears to be legitimate benefits for both Jinkies. There appear to be benefits for dual wielding and not dual wielding. If you dual wield, you can... Basically, it's a lot more damage if you dual wield. But if you do not... Sorry, I dropped you again. Get back here. But if you don't dual wield, you have access to Sucker Punch. And that just cancels someone's turn. As long as they don't have any armor. It can... Murder in Cold Blood by the squid. Cold blood. Well, technically, they are correct. It is a cold-blooded animal. But, yeah. I will. let's go as far as we can away from the other bug without provoking attacks of opportunity. Perfect. They stop moving because they can't take them. We're going to... Nope, not going to play dead. We're going to poison myself and this guy. Knife throw this guy. Oh, he can't get to us! His pathfinder is screwed. He can't get around this little bug. Beautiful. You see what I mean by tactician requires a lot of actual thinking about certain things. Can I not walk over the corpse? Axe critical, double dagger throws. And then I'm just going to move a little closer into the gun. Oh! My action points rejected. I don't know why that happened. That's really cool. Is it just like every time you get a beneficial stats effect, or? Apparently so. That is very saucy. We're almost finished with the prologue thingamajig. We'll be in Fort Joy soon. Just gotta go below deck one more time, and yeah, we're golden. We're golden. It's hard to talk when you're not used to talking with something else. Half of me kind of wishes there was a cuter or a more realistic Blizzard voice. You know, like
Talking like the Argonians from Skyrim.
You know? But oh no! Oh, I gotta do all that again. I didn't expect the fire damage to kill me in a second. It didn't burn me that hard when I was going through the fire in the lower deck. That kinda sucks. But we are fine. We got it. We're golden. We will do the exact same strat we did before.
I need to get off this ship.
So the fleet-footed status cancels itself out when you're in combat, apparently. Which is kind of good, because I was worried that it'd be too overpowered. So I'm happy that it's not extremely overpowered. Just gonna poison near us, step into it, and wait for them to come to us so they can get poisoned. Maybe move them back to you. Jeez. Oh, none of them can reach us. What am I gonna do? Let's see. No, I'll save backslash. If you wait your turn, you preserve your action. That's correct. It's actually a pretty saucy little thing. Lucky for us, they didn't just kill us there, but let's see. Beautiful, and now we are completely hidden. Better safe than sorry, don't know if he's going to approach. We're going to poison ourselves so we can start healing. than just knives and pistols. Listen. Kind of interesting. I think I might as well just go around and loot while we're here. All I can really do is just get closer to them. Or, instead of also, that lightning totally struck his head. It would have been really cool if I just died there. I really love the backstab critical mechanic. It's gonna be so cool when we get weapons. Like daggers in each hand that do like 10, 13 damage. 4 attacks. My goodness. Well, this is the end for you. Let's poison ourselves just once more before we go back below deck. Just get some little healing in while we can. A chance.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
That's fun.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
Where are we?
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious.
So Siwyn's unconscious, but she's not dead. You were sassy to me, so I'm going to murder you. Just as the laws of nature require. Very reasonable of me if I listen to myself. Oh, the guard in this room also exploded into a bundle of goo.
If you could walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait! Void Woken!
Let's get away from, get away from them as quick as we can. Or get away from the other two. Get behind this one. And quickly status effect poison it and poison ourselves so we can begin healing.
Beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
They do look like little Mothras. Oh, he's already dead.
Let the games begin. Greet the Reaper for me.
Glory is mine.
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
They who are about to triumph.
I've faced worse.
think either Mass Effect or Dead Space would be a good little detox from this sort of game. Like the top-down sort of aesthetic. They're still kind of... They're not MMOs like this, but they are RPG games. Just in space, and in space with scary zombie monsters.
Prepare yourself.
Do I not get to go?
Prepare yourself. No telling whether there might be more. We need to move.
Let's not tarry. This old pub is about to burn.
Oh, I didn't know you could grab the leather ball. Maybe one of the kids need it on the, once we're in Fort Joy. We're poisoned. We are fully healed enough. Ooh, a cap. Perfect. That means I can stop wearing this stupid bucket. Yeah. Oh, wow. That does look fancy. Look, we're a dancing girl. Yeah, no other armors really. Any other cool weapons? Nope. I'll do a once over for more survivors. If there's nobody else, I'll just, skedaddle and we'll end stream after that. I was mostly right, around, 2 hours in. 2 hours, 5 minutes, I'm calling. Because we'll definitely make it to Fort Joy by then. We just have to sit through a little cutscene. That's a really cool looking creature, by the way. I love the little dangly bit, like it's trying to lure fish in. What's it trying to lure? Whales?
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Who is that, God?
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
I'm assuming that's going to be a important name going forward. High Judge Orivan. Let me put that in the message. High Judge Orivan. And once we load this, we're going to be in Fort Joy. I'm just going to let any cutscenes or dialogue play. Then I'm going to save, and we're going to call it. This was pretty fruitful. Like a pretty good little 2-hour thingamajig, you know? Considering I was already really tired, I think I did an okay enough job talking. I mean, I didn't have a lot of topics to really talk about, but I'm a very introverted person. I'm not really used to chatting, especially to just, the camera. I really do like it when people interact with me, though. It gives me things to talk about. So I'm not just sitting here like an idiot, I have been looking away from the camera a lot. Like, do people normally look at the camera? I don't know.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems someone, something, wanted me alive.
I'm just gonna edit the hotbar, see if I can... This restoration scroll would be helpful. Resurrection scroll, very helpful. Useful poison bottle, good for healing myself. Minor healing potion, I do not need because I'm undead. The other party members can hold on to that. What else? A rat's tail, very helpful, of course. Is there anything else? I'm assuming the paladin Rix died, so let's put this. Oh no, where is it? This one, right? Put that there, just so it it reminds me going forward. Waypoints.
I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
Seems like an upset, angry man. Anywho, I said we'd end stream when we finished, and oh, I'm glad I picked the head with the gem eyes. You could see them pretty clearly through the thing. It's pretty saucy. And still, with all this armor, we are considered covered. So they won't know I'm a skeleton. Very, very nice, I suppose. Anyway, let's do a normal save, not just a quick save. You know what? We might as well mark where the streams end. End of PT1. There we go. Beautiful. Now, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantabulous rest of your night. I really hope this mic is on. And I will see you Friday, I'm assuming. If not, I've probably been eaten by rabid badgers. But, yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I will see you later. Let's, yeah, bye. Oh, and thank you for tuning in Mia Night. I really enjoyed talking to you.